Welcome to our class today. Today we're going to be talking about new classes and new opportunities. You know, the foundation is always growing. You know, Walt Disney said when he built Disneyland, he said, Disneyland will never be completed because we'll be continually adding new pieces and making it better and better and better. We want to continue to come up with new ideas. It'll always be in a state of becoming. The goal for the foundation is very similar. We want to be able to continue to add wonderful classes that are going to make a difference in people's lives, that are going to impact them for the betterment. You know, our purpose is very simple. Our purpose is to provide free success and money classes for anyone, anywhere. That is the purpose of the foundation. We have three missions. Mission number one is to provide financial rewards for our students when they attend class and share with others. Now, one of the things we're asking you to do is to open up an investment account and start getting that money into your investment account. The number one thing that every adult's ever told me that they wish they would have done is started earlier. The hardest thing for most people is to make that decision, make it once, set your systems up and start doing it. Get those investment accounts open and running. Number two is to provide donations and scholarships to students as well as organized groups, schools, churches, charities, groups and teams, any kind of a group. Our goal is to be able to add more money and support you in whatever it is that you're doing. And number three is to help those in need. So far, we've got over 9,400 students from all over the world. They've been online for over 116,000 hours. We've sent out over 27,000 small financial rewards to people all over the world to put into their investment accounts. We have over 3,000 documented investment accounts that have been opened. Many of the people that have received a reward, the average is about 9 rewards that people receive. Some received more than that, some less. So far, we've given over 116,000 pairs of glasses, meals, or clean water. That's what our purpose is, and that's what we're doing. Now, today, I'm so excited to be able to show you some new classes that we've added. And so I'm going to have Ethan take us to the website. So when you go to the successandmoneyfoundation.org, and when you go there, you simply go to the courses. Now, again, the way that we share the wealth, the way we tell people is by literally just telling them to go to successandmoneyfoundation.org. That's all you got to tell them to do. And when they do that, they can open up and get their own free account. In addition to that, if you want to have some fun, simply after you've logged in, underneath your name, go underneath your name and pull up your own unique QR code or URL. This is your unique piece that you can share with other people. Now, when you share that link gets, these people get connected to you, and you can follow them and see how well they're doing. So if you have a little family, you have a little organization, you have a little church group or a little school or whatever it is you want to do, you can create your own little group. Simply share your code. And then when you do that, you'll be the enroller. Now, when you share that code, they're going to put their first name, their last name, and the information that they have. And then they can just be an individual, or if they want to be in a second organized group, if you're a part of a school or an organized church or a big charity or a big team that you've already reached out to us in advance so that we can add you to the system, then you can also compete in 2 areas. But the easiest one is all the people that you enroll. And when you do that, you simply go to the leaderboards. And when you click on the leaderboards, you can see your name and how many people you've enrolled, and more importantly, how many hours they have been online. Once you do that, you can go in and you can click on your own name, and it'll show you all the people that you've enrolled and how many hours that they've been. Now, the reason for this is because we wanted this to be fun. We wanted it to be educational, but we wanted it to be competitive. It's amazing how competitive people like to be. And so that's why we wanted this to be competitive as well. So you simply click on the top link, which is the top enroller, and then you can search by alphabetic if you want to. Go find your name, click on your name. It'll show you all the people you've enrolled and how many hours that they've actively done in the time frame, either all time, 30 days, or 7 days, or last 24 hours. Now, it takes some time. We're crunching numbers from all over the world, so it takes some time to update those numbers. But this is why we've created it. The second one is the influencer board. So the influencer is all the people you enrolled, and then your goal is to help those people go out and enroll more people. The only way that we can truly improve people's lives is with education and by pulling the trigger and making things happen. You know, if you only give somebody you love one thing, money, knowledge, or an experience, what would you give them? Well, most people think that money is going to solve the problem. Well, money doesn't solve the problem if they don't know what to do with it. So knowledge, not education, but knowledge is more important than money. Because if you have the knowledge, you can go make more money. But the most important part is the experience, experiencing it and doing it, driving the car, doing it and making it happen, opening up the investment account, putting money into the investment account. That's why we do the things we do at the foundation, because it's more than just knowledge. It's more than education. It is actually doing it and pulling the trigger and making it happen. So if you want to see the impact that you have, you simply go to the influencer board and you click on that and it'll show you all the people that you've enrolled and all the people that they enrolled, 2 levels. And then it'll show you the number of hours that your students have been online and going to class. Now, the cool thing about that part is that this is the people that have gone to class on their own. When you add all the live Zoom classes, then that number goes up pretty dramatically. That's why we created the foundation. Now, one of the things that we want to do is we want to continually put new classes to be able to make a huge difference in your life. So when you go to courses, you'll simply click on courses and you'll see that we've added a couple new subheadings in there. The one is called STEM classes. Now, the reason that we wanted to talk to you about STEM classes is because the technology world is moving faster and faster and faster. And everyone is going to need to be involved in that. It's the great equalizer. It's pretty scary. So let's go to the courses section and let's pull up the STEM classes if we can. And the reason that these are so important is because everyone has the ability to level up. Everyone can be equal in their education. You know, it used to be where you had to go to a famous university to be able to get the education. Well, those are not specific. They're not going to really teach you how to make money. They're going to teach you an awful lot of other stuff. I love my humanities class. I thought that was great. But you know what? I loved it better when I made money and actually went to Russia to the Guggenheim and to all these wonderful museums and saw these beautiful artwork. And it was nice to know about it in college, but really what it is go see the real thing. You have to have specialized knowledge. There's an old joke that says that a machine broke down and they called in a mechanic to fix it. He come in to fix it. He took a look at the machine, looked it up and down a few times, pulled out his hammer and tapped twice. Machine starts up and starts to run. He hands the guy a bill for $250. The guy says, "That's outrageous. How come you charge me $250? Give me an itemized bill." So he gets him a new bill that says, tapping with hammer, $1. Knowing where to tap, $249. It took him years to learn how to fix these things. You need specialized knowledge. And one of the things, the great equalizer for you all over the world is the ability to get online and provide services for other people around the world. Now, if you are doing a job and you have a booth in a fair or in a shopping area, and all of you are selling the same thing, you're going to make on average about as much as the 5 to 10 people around you. Okay. You have to branch out. You have to go someplace else. You have to go fish in a different pond where the fish are bigger. So the STEM classes are science, technology, engineering, and math. And we want to teach you how to be able to take these new skills to the next level. Now, one of the things that I invest a lot in is in technology. It's one of my loves, and I work with some wonderful people that are out there doing technology. So we have these new STEM classes. Now, one of the first things we want you to do is we want you to study successful people that are doing it with STEM. And so we've added a whole new section on successful people using STEM. People like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Steve Ballmer from Microsoft, my friend Jeremy Andrus, who is he and his wife are incredibly charitable and very, very high tech, runs all kinds of big businesses. Tim Cook, you talk about Apple, and Steve Jobs. Well, Steve Jobs did not create the iPhone. Steve Jobs created a company that created the iPhone. But more importantly, guys like Tim Cook created the company. Walt Disney, I've been watching a lot of things about Walt Disney. Walt Disney was an incredible creative genius, but it was his brother Roy that built the company. Walt had these all crazy ideas, and he was a genius at storytelling and putting people together. But it was his brother Roy that figured out the mathematical to make it work. It was Roy that really built the company. So you have to learn how to be able to do that. We have some wonderful people that are on here. My friend Corinne Clark, that has done extremely well, a big supporter of the foundation. Gail Miller, who I know, the previous owners of the Utah Jazz, and Ryan Smith, who is now the owner of the Utah Jazz, as well as people like Steve Case from AOL, and of course somebody that I've been following for a long time, which is Steve Young, which is he's a famous football player, but he's also into technology. And he's also very, very successful as an entrepreneur. So in STEM, we have new people we want to study. Now, once you do that, we want you to get your feet wet. We want you to jump in and start getting into classes. Now, these are kind of kickoff classes to get you exposed to it. But if you go to a website called Code, CODE.org, code.org. There are some wonderful classes. This is an organization, it's a nonprofit organization that has all kinds of great classes where you can go and learn how to get involved with the digital revolution. Right now, Elon Musk has been shooting up all these rockets. Inside those rockets are satellites. He's creating this massive network. Bill Gates is creating this massive network of satellites that are all over the earth. Those satellites have the ability now, just watch in the next couple of years, you're going to see a brand new Tesla phone called the Pi phone, P-I, that's the Pi phone. And the Pi phone uses the technology to be able to link up to all these satellites that are there's a lot of them. There's a ton of them that are out there. And this new phone is going to be able to connect everybody with some high-speed internet just off the phone. So just watch that. That's coming down the pike. This is the great equalizer for many people around the world. You can go to school and specialize in learning how to be able to use technology from wherever you are in the world and work with other people around the world that need your assistance. Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example, which is me. It's really hard for you to be able to think on both sides of your brain. The left side of your brain is logical. The right side of your brain is very creative. And the really successful people are the ones that take the vast majority of their energy and become a specialist in something, either the logistical side or the creative side. Now, you can be a jack of all trades and learn how to do both, but in order to be really successful, you need to hone in on something that you're really good. Walt Disney was incredibly creative. He was on the creative side, the right side of his brain. Roy, the brother, was the other side. He was the logical side, and together they created a team. Your job is to create a team. Now, you can keep it small and keep it all, but you probably won't get in that top 10%. The top 10% usually make more money than the vast majority of people below them. You need to get up in that top 10% when they think about you. When Warren Buffett invests in a company, he wants it to be either number one, number two, or number three in the marketplace. That's what he's looking for. You need to be able to do the same thing. So you need to be able to create a team. Now, the foundation was created by my crazy ideas. I'm the Walt Disney. Now, I'm not a Walt Disney, but I'm a creative guy. But the logistics of it was created by many different programmers, and Ethan and Jake are the techno wizards that have taken this to the new level. And together as a team, we're able to do these things. Now, the amazing thing about these two young guys is that they went to school for a specialty to learn how to make money using the internet and programming and things like that, digital. So I take my creative side and I come up with these crazy ideas, and they logistically figure it out. Now, could I go learn how to logistically do it? Yeah, probably, but I wouldn't have the time. So all the time I have is that all my waking time, I'm thinking about the creative side of how to be able to build this wonderful thing. Plus, I've got a lot of experience. I'll be 64 here in April. And, I'm older than these two guys put together, plus an extra one. I've been around. And so I've got the experience level that I can take this creative side, but you got to build a team. And they went to school for about 16 weeks and learned how to make extra money and using digital. And then together, we work together. We work online using Zoom, just like you're doing right now in our class. And we're working together. And then I have other people all over the world. I got people in the Philippines that work with me that create these wonderful products for us that we can get out to the world. So one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to spend time learning about the creativity side of it and how to be able to do things digitally. Because as you, in the next 5 years, the next 10 years, you're going to see this really, really ramping up as technology moves faster, as the connectivity gets better and better. You're going to see that this is the great equalizer, and you'll be able to change your family's world from the comfort of your own home. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm so excited to be able to talk to you about these new classes. We've also taken the success classes. There's a whole tab just for the success classes. There's a whole tab for the money classes. Then, of course, you can still click on all the courses, because there's now over 400 different classes on the site. And as you know, many of those classes we put in different languages, so you can hear them in English, and then you can see the transcription below in up to 30 different languages. There's all kinds of sections on the downloads, the free books, the success quotes, the success summaries. Would you like to be able to see in 60 seconds what a class is about? So we've taken these classes we've done, and then we have created a 60-second overview. The 60-second overview, you just simply click on it, and it will tell you basically in a minute what that class is about. So if you've got 10 minutes, 5 minutes, even a minute, you pop into there and you go, I wonder what Steve Jobs talked about when he did this Stanford presentation. And you simply click on the link and it'll show you the hot buttons of what he talked about. Bill Gates, all of these are wonderful. Also, we have over 400 different quotes that were compiled by Robert Allen and Mark Victor Hansen for their book, Cracking the Millionaire Code. And they've shared those with us, and then we're resharing with them, because you live by quotes. The more you can get the quotes into your own head, the more that it can guide you of where it is that you want to be able to go. And there are hundreds and hundreds of quotes that are sorted by the author. This is how you change your world, and this is how you change other people. You change it by changing this. This is it right here. Boom. Once you've changed this, you get on a new path, you execute, you fail, and fail forward. If you're falling on your face, at least you're getting forward. Every time you fall, you're 6 feet forward. It's okay to fail. In fact, if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. You need to be failing. You need to try new things. You need to find a new way to open up that combination lock. And if you do those things, it'll make a huge difference in your world. So these are some brand new classes that we've created. There's all kinds of wonderful things, because our goal is to help you have a better life. And more importantly, our goal is to help you have the people you love a better life. So we're going to say goodbye to our friends from around the world. We're going to come back for our next section, where we're going to talk with our techno wizards of their story of what they did and how they got started. They went to school for a while, and just like my son went for school for a while to the university, and says, I'm really kind of tired of just learning about English and physics and literature and stuff like that. I need to figure out how to make some money. And they're going to be telling their story about that, about how you can make money from your laptop. So we'll see you back here in just a second, where we're going to talk about how to make extra money using technology.